The situation surrounding Manchester United's interest in Carlos Balaba is developing steadily, with the club maintaining active and consistent communication with the players' representatives. Even today, discussions are ongoing regarding the details of a potential contract and the player's salary, as United look to push forward on the player's side of negotiations before seeing how matters progress with Brighton. At this stage, talks with Brighton are not advanced, concrete, or straightforward, as the club has made it clear they do not want to sell and have set a very high barrier to any potential deal. Despite this, the lines of communication remain open, and the player himself is not shutting the door on a move to Old Trafford. United believe Balaba could be the perfect addition to their midfield and, while they are pleased with the current transfer business, having signed key targets like Benjamin Sesko, they remain open to strengthening further if the right opportunity presents itself. Contract terms would not be an obstacle for United, but they face the challenge of persuading Brighton, who view Balaba as a crucial player for the upcoming season and a core part of manager Fabian Hürzeler's squad. With less than a month remaining in the transfer window, prizing a key player away from Brighton will be extremely difficult, not only because of the timing but also due to the high price the club would demand. All parties involved acknowledge the complexity of this deal, yet United's approach shows a clear ambition to reinforce their squad. Importantly, Balaba has not rejected the idea of joining Manchester United despite the lack of European football and other potential deterrents, and his camp is well aware of Brighton's firm stance. The interest from United is 100% genuine, but with the Premier League season about to begin, negotiations are only going to become more challenging. Manager Ruben Amorim, in early meetings with United's board last November, made it clear that his top priority was signing players with intensity, a quality he sees strongly in Balaba. While this deal is recognized by everyone as extremely difficult, United remain determined to try, and the coming days will reveal whether persistence can overcome Brighton's resistance. Manchester United's pursuit of Carlos Balaba has turned into one of the more intriguing and complex transfer stories of the summer, with the club showing no signs of letting the matter rest despite the clear challenges involved. Over the past several days, United have been in frequent contact with Balaba's representatives, and these conversations have continued even today, a Saturday, which highlights the seriousness of their intent. The discussions have focused on the structure of a potential contract and the player's salary, and from the club's perspective, there appears to be no issue in meeting the financial terms that would satisfy the player. United's strategy at this stage is to advance the negotiations from the player's side first, securing an understanding or at least an openness from Balaba, before attempting to deal directly with Brighton, whose position on the matter is expected to be far more rigid and difficult to navigate. Currently, the dialogue with Brighton cannot be described as advanced, concrete, or easy. In fact, insiders describe the stance from the South Coast club as a formidable wall, with Brighton fully determined to keep hold of Balaba, who is considered an essential figure in Fabian Hürzeler's plans for the upcoming campaign. Brighton value him extremely highly, both for his technical qualities and the energy he brings to the team, and they are unwilling to weaken their squad with less than a month to go before the transfer window closes. They are aware that replacing a player of his caliber at this stage of the summer would be near impossible, and for that reason, any club attempting to sign him would face an exceptionally high asking price. From their point of view, Balaba is not simply a valuable asset, he is a central pillar in their strategy for the season ahead. Despite Brighton's hardline position, what is keeping the possibility alive is the fact that Balaba himself has not closed the door on a potential move to Old Trafford. From those close to the player, it is understood that he has not issued a flat refusal, nor has he been put off by the absence of European football at Manchester United or any other potential concerns. His stance remains open-minded, though he is fully aware of his current club's reluctance to sell. For United, this is an encouraging sign, as it means their continued engagement with his camp is not in vain. The interest from the Red Devils is described as completely genuine, not a passing inquiry, and the approach to Balaba's camp has been fully confirmed by those familiar with the matter. From a broader perspective, this pursuit reflects United's transfer strategy under Ruben Amorim, who has been working closely with the club's hierarchy since his arrival. Back in November, in his earliest meetings with the board, Amorim was clear about the type of player he wanted to bring into the squad. Rather than focusing on specific names at the time, he repeatedly emphasized the importance of intensity as a core quality. He sought players who could elevate the team's tempo, energy, and pressing game, and Balaba is now viewed internally as the perfect embodiment of those attributes. United are pleased with the current summer acquisitions, such as the signing of Benjamin Sesko, which addressed key areas in the squad, but they remain alert to opportunities that would allow them to add exceptional quality, particularly in midfield. Still, there is no escaping the fact that the situation is extremely complicated. All parties, Manchester United, Brighton, and the players' representatives, recognize that the window for getting this deal done is narrowing with every passing day, especially with the Premier League about to kick off. Brighton's negotiating reputation is already formidable, and given the timing, they will be even less inclined to make concessions. Nevertheless, United are not discouraged. They know that transfers of this magnitude often come down to persistence, timing, and a willingness to push through difficult circumstances. In the days and weeks ahead, they will continue to explore every possible angle, holding conversations, assessing Brighton's position, and hoping that their ambition, combined with Balaba's openness, will eventually find a way past the significant barriers in their path. Whether this determination will ultimately be enough remains to be seen, but for now, it is a story worth following closely as it has all the hallmarks of a tense, high-stakes negotiation in the final stretch of the transfer window.